A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. After a grueling 43 days of uncertainty and chaos, the United States government is finally back open for business. The historic shutdown, which began on October 1st, 2025, has officially come to an end following President Donald Trump's signing of a temporary funding bill on the evening of November 12th. This shutdown, now recorded as the longest in U.S. history, brought federal services to a standstill, impacting thousands of workers who were left without pay. The budget impasse was rooted in deep-seated disagreements over healthcare funding and spending priorities. Democrats advocated for extended tax credits associated with the Affordable Care Act, while Republicans stood firm against their inclusion in the final deal. The newly passed legislation ensures that the government will remain operational through January 30th, 2026, albeit leaving several contentious issues unresolved. Under this agreement, most federal programs will continue to function at their current funding levels. Essential services like the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, are funded through September 2026, providing some relief to millions of Americans who rely on these benefits. However, the ongoing dispute over healthcare subsidies has been postponed, setting the stage for yet another political showdown early next year. While federal workers will finally receive back pay, many are still awaiting clear answers regarding the timeline for full compensation. The effects of the shutdown were widespread, affecting everything from national parks to passport services, and placing enormous stress on families dependent on government paychecks. After 43 days of turmoil, President Trump finally ended the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. He did not hold back in placing the blame on Democrats for the stalemate, all while flanked by prominent GOP leaders in the Oval Office. Trump signed the government funding bill in the presence of Republican figures, including Speaker Mike Johnson, Steve Scalise, and Lisa McClain, alongside influential megadonor Ken Griffin and former New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu. The Senate approved the measure with a vote of 60-40, with 8 Democrats crossing party lines, while the House followed suit with a 222-209 vote. Social media reactions flooded in as fans took to the Shade Room's Instagram comment section, expressing a mix of relief and frustration. Some commenters sought reassurance that food stamps and other benefits would continue, while others were puzzled about how the shutdown lasted so long. Amid the celebration, many voiced concerns that the chaos could repeat itself in the future. One Instagram user questioned, "I need someone to explain to me why it lasted this long." Another user expressed urgency, stating, "I need my stamp on the card by the morning." Meanwhile, others highlighted the ongoing uncertainty, with one user noting, "January 30th? So we'll be right back here in 2 months. Okay, cool." The bill also put a halt to mass layoffs that the White House attempted to push during the shutdown and included protections against future federal job cuts until early next year. However, it did not extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies, which were a key demand from Democrats. Throughout the shutdown, Trump largely avoided meetings with Democratic leaders, even as tensions rose. He had previously called for the scrapping of the Senate filibuster to bypass negotiations, a move that ultimately went nowhere. Trump took the opportunity to highlight the fallout from the shutdown, citing disruptions in air traffic, delays in SNAP benefits, and layoffs of federal workers. He framed the ordeal as a potential political win for Republicans, urging Americans to remember the shutdown when midterm elections roll around next year. "So, I just want to tell the American people you should not forget this when we come up to midterms and other things," Trump stated. "Don't forget what they've done to our country." As the government begins its first tentative steps towards reopening, many Americans are cautiously optimistic about the future. However, the specter of another shutdown looms large, with unresolved issues still on the table. The uncertainty over healthcare funding and other critical services remains a point of contention, leaving many to wonder if this is truly the end of the shutdown saga or merely a temporary pause. The political landscape in Washington is poised for further battles as lawmakers prepare to address the lingering issues that led to this unprecedented shutdown. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.